Alright, it is currently about 6 p.m. in the evening on Thursday, the 9th of March 2023, which is the first day of a 2-day, 48-hour dopamine fast that I am doing. I've done dopamine fasts in the last few years a few times. I've tried a few 2-day protocols and I've tried a few longer ones. The longest one I ever did was about 10 days. And I have to honestly say, in my experience, dopamine fasting is one of the best things that you can ever do. But yeah, in the last 2 years or so, I haven't done a dopamine fast. And yeah, I decided, you know what, it's about time to get back into dopamine fasting. I wouldn't consider myself an expert on it by any means, but I've experienced it in the past and it can really help reset your brain, just get you back on track, because with the modern world and all this extreme, hyper stimuli and all that, it's so easy to get off track, so easy to get distracted, especially with, I mean, as you'll all know, being on no-fap and no porn, it's especially with high-speed internet porn, it's not easy at all. And around the same time that I started to look into dopamine fasting, really wanting to get back into it, because I've done it a few times in the past, right? But I never really looked too deeply into the science behind it, and I didn't go too deep into it. Like I decided, you know what, if I do a dopamine fast again, I really would want to actually know more about, different behaviors and what's good, what's not good, and really do a proper one. And it just so happens that Scandinavian Bob, who runs the YouTube channel Dopamine Focused Warriors, has recently create launched his new course called Dopamine Focused Fasting. Now, I'm a tiny YouTube channel. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not being sponsored or anything to say anything. But yeah, a few days ago I bought his new course. I think I was one of the first people to sign up. Over the next few videos, I'm going to be basically updating you guys on my progress. Today, I'm currently on day 1 of the 48-hour dopamine-focused fasting. And yeah, I'm really excited to be getting into this. And I'll update you guys a few times as I go along. So what you deprive yourself of, so no alcohol or any other mind-altering drug. Coffee and tea is an exception. So the no alcohol is going to be pretty easy for me. I don't drink alcohol much at all. I don't take any drugs. I do drink tea. I have drank tea this morning, but I usually only 1 cup in the morning, and they'll have a herbal tea in the evening. But usually I like to sometimes have like a spoon of honey in my tea. No sugar. I haven't taken sugar in tea in years, but I haven't allowed myself to have any honey today. Just plain boring tea. No PMO and even real sex. No tasty food. So that's a very interesting one. I never incorporated that into my dopamine fasts in the past. So basically that means, of course, no junk food, no sugary foods, nothing like that. And also you're not meant to add any, to the food that you do eat, you're not meant to add any extra flavoring. So no salt, no spices, no sauces, nothing like that. It has to be as plain and boring as possible. And also, it's recommended to incorporate intermittent fasting. I've done intermittent fasting over the past few years quite a lot, and I've done some much longer fasts than that. I have a few times engaged in just days where I don't eat anything and fast until evening. So that's what I decided to do today. I sort of added my own extra bonus onto it, where I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have 1 meal a day for the next 2 days, so today and tomorrow. And no digital recreation. So that's the biggest one, I would say. So no social media, no spending time on your phone, no YouTube, no browsing the internet, nothing like that. No TV. So yeah, that's really the biggest one, I would say. And especially in my life, that's really the one that I'm going to be, I feel like, getting the most benefit from, along with the, no PMO, of course. For me, the biggest thing with no digital recreation is going to be no YouTube. I do waste still to this day, I do waste a lot of time on YouTube. So that, like, on an average of 2 to 3 hours per day, which is down from about 5 to 6 hours a day back when I had a smartphone. So that's not good. That's something I'm really looking to cut out. So that's really where I'll see a lot of obviously I have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to getting off YouTube, not wasting time on there. Mandatory activities. 30 minutes of physical exercise minimum, which I've already done today. 30 minutes of meditation minimum, which I've again already done today on the first day. And these are examples of what to fill your time with. So nothing, just mindfully being with yourself. Journaling, reading books, taking walks, setting goals, cleaning your house, spending time with your parents or relatives, building a puzzle, playing a musical instrument, doing other house chores, stretching, spending time with your pet, rearranging furniture in your house, painting or drawing. And yeah, I've basically been doing a lot of those throughout today, which again I'll update you in my next video. The last one he listed was studying or doing a course. And he said, yeah, if you're doing an online course or studying online, I mean, that's completely fine. You can go ahead and do that, just as long as you don't end up doing any form of digital recreation. Now, today's my day off. It's a Thursday, so I didn't work today at all. And the last few days I've been working very hard in terms of my online studies. So I've gotten a bit ahead of where I need to be. So I decided, you know what, I'm just not going to even do studying or anything like that today. I'm going to take a break from that and a complete break from technology. I did have to go on my computer once today to go ahead and just make a payment. But I did that and then I turned it all off. And for the rest of the day, for the whole day, I've kept my internet turned off. So I've added that as an extra thing for me, just to completely minimize the amount of time I spend on technology. So yeah, it's a 48-hour dopamine fast. So yeah, very excited to update you guys on how I'm going. Yeah, I won't ramble on too much longer for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.